Hey everybody, it's time for another club test. Today we're going to experiment with some fairway woods that I typically don't carry in my bag. My set is made up of a driver, a 3-wood, a 3 hybrid, and then my irons start at 3 and go down to my wedges. So I don't carry more than one fairway wood in my bag ever. But today I got the opportunity, so I thought I would test some TaylorMade Stealth 2 fairway woods, and I've got a 5, a 7, and a 9. So these types of fairway woods, back when several years ago, these used to be considered, kind of an older guy thing. The older guys would play with the 7 wood or the 9 wood. Well, I'm starting to get to that point myself. So maybe it's time to experiment with this. Let's see how they work for me. So as a reference, these are my 3-wood and hybrid. I've got the Srixon Z Steel 3-wood, 14.5 degree, with a Srixon SV 3005J stiff 67 gram graphite shaft. And my hybrid is a 3 hybrid. It's a TaylorMade Burner Superfast 2.0, and it's got a REAX 60 gram stiff flex TaylorMade graphite shaft in it. So my hybrid, I was just hitting it here as a test. Right now I'm hitting this somewhere between 195, 200, max it out maybe 205. My 3-wood is coming in around 220 to 225. So let's see now how this Stealth 2 5-wood, 7-wood, and 9-wood would fit into my bag compared to these. Oh, and the shafts in these are a Fujikura 50A. So a lighter shaft, a little more flex to it. I might need to wait on a little bit. Oh, look at this. 5-wood, the first 5-wood jumping out there to 198. Okay. So pretty comparable to my 3 hybrid, at least to start. We'll hit a couple more and see how this goes. A little bit off balance that time, but very similar ball flight. A little bit of a pull, but still. All right, stretching it out to 201. Feels really easy to hit too. This contact feels really solid. Yeah, all 3 of those so far. A little pull on this one, but it's coming back just a little bit. Boy, this distance is really consistent. 203. So I'm getting some really consistent distance. And the contact feels the same every single time. Yeah, I've always been a big fan of the way TaylorMade feels coming off the face. Flew that thing 203, 202. The more I hit it, the more it stretches out. And I was already loose by the first ball because I told, like I said, I tested out my hybrid and my 3-wood before I started this just to see what their distances were. I'll do one more 5-wood. Wow. Look at this. Look at this plot pattern. Look at how small that plot pattern is. 207. I'm averaging somewhere around 6 to 8 yards offline to the left, so a little bit of a pulse on that, and that could have a lot to do with the shaft. Since this shaft is lighter, 10 grams to 17 grams lighter than what I've got in my 3 hybrid and 3-wood, that could be a reason that I'm going a little bit left, or tending to go a little bit left. So let's go to the 7-wood, see what we get out of it. Oh, that felt just as good as the 5. Once again, we're going a little bit left, a little further left, but we're flying at 191. getting it out to 195. I would not have expected to hit a 7-wood this far, but I really love how solid these feel off the face. It's got that typical TaylorMade solid feel. Let me see if I can wait on this just a little bit longer to see if I can catch it a little closer to the target line. Yeah, like that. Got a little bit of a push out of it. Flew to 192. The distance is super consistent. Do a few more of these. So I hit that 5-wood about 200 to 206. We're getting a 7-wood out to close to 200 now. Just a shade left, but acceptable. Flying at 192, 196. Look at the distance, the consistency in that. So here we go. Ball number 4 of the 7-wood. I'm telling you, this is, every contact has felt the exact same coming off this face. Flying to 193, getting it to 198 with a 7-wood. I've never, ever carried a 7-wood in my bag in my life. But this is starting to kind of make me consider it. Because in my bag, like I told you, my 3-wood goes about 220 to 225 now. My hybrid is about 200 to 205. My 3-iron would go about, is right now somewhere in the 190 to 195 range. So this would give me some more options around that 200 mark. And look at the consistency. I don't think I hit my hybrid, which is a TaylorMade, as consistently as I hit these. A little more pull. Didn't wait on that one like I told myself I was going to. But here again, we're flying at 191, rolling it out to 195. Okay, so I hit that 5-wood, easily 200 to 206. The 7-wood went 195 to 199. Now let's see what a TaylorMade Stealth 2 9-wood would do. I have never, ever in my life swung a 9-wood. I've had a 5-wood in my bag at times. Typically I don't, but I've had it in my bags on rare occasions. I've never had a 7-wood in my bag, and I've never even swung a 9-wood before. So this is going to be totally new. Same shaft. Now this is a little bit of a different shaft. This is the Ventus TR FW5A. It has the same feel to it as those Fujikuras. I feel like I need to wait on it just a little bit, just like I did that 7-wood. So we'll try. Well, yeah, that's going where I want. Got 176 carry, 179 roll out. So that would be comparable right now to about my 5-iron. My 5-iron is somewhere in the 175 to 180 range right now. Yeah, I felt that one come off the heel, but it felt like a solid shot off the heel. So I'm still getting 182 total distance out of it, even though I know that came off the heel, but it felt solid. So there's a ton of forgiveness in this. And that one felt like maybe it was a little bit thin, but still, once again, just as solid as if it was in the middle. So that showed up at 182. So it seems like I've got quite a bit of forgiveness in this face, because I know that the one before that was off the heel. That one was thin, and I'm still getting this thing out to 180, 182. Now that was solid. That was in the middle of the face. Let's see where this thing goes. Pulled it because I didn't wait on it. But fluid 189, got to 193. Let's try one more. So there's a little bit of a difference knowing that I've caught it in the middle of the face. But that little draw, I don't mind that at all. That's my typical hybrid flight, is that little draw. Another little pull, little draw. Flying to 180, rolling out 183. So I'm hitting this somewhere between 180 and max it out at 190. Typical 180, 195. So this 9 wood, once again, this is the TaylorMade Stealth 2. This 9 wood would compare to my 5-iron, and I love the feel of it. All three of these felt the exact same coming off the face. Super solid TaylorMade feel. I felt this one was really, had a ton of forgiveness in it because I know I hit some off the heel and some a little bit thin. The others, I'm not sure if I did. I might have. But now knowing this, I think they all had the exact same forgiveness, but they felt incredibly solid. And these would fit in my bag pretty well, actually. So I've got about 180 here. I'd have about just under 200 with the 7 and about 205 with the 5. I might be looking to get some of these for myself. So there might be a link in the description or in the pinned comment if you want to maybe get some of these for yourself. Check it out. Thanks for watching.